So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
There's interest across the league in Micah, but I don't think anybody feels right now like Dallas is going to realistically trade him.
If this happens to the Green Bay Packers, they are instantly the top of the list Super Bowl contender. We joke about it, I feel like, every single year where it's like, oh yeah, the Packers were in the conversation to make this happen. Yeah, right, haha. But like, if this was a legitimate thing, you are proving to me that you are trying to win a championship.
But I guarantee, Michael Parsons not going anywhere. Jerry's not that crazy. This is all what we call just negotiation stuff.
The league that never sleeps didn't sleep. Micah Parsons did get traded.
Goody got his guy.
Mahomes under pressure. Parsons knocked it out.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
I just saw the news. Micah Parsons, a Green Bay Packer.
Stafford, more pressure. Parsons, sack, fumble, it's loose.
This is wild. I told everybody that I was gonna, you know what, in my pants if this happens, and I just might.
Crap.
This is crazy. Oh my God, Micah Parsons is a Packer.
There's a new sheriff in Titletown.
They added the best defensive player in the NFC.
Cousins, here comes Parsons. Parsons got him from behind and the ball is out. And the Cowboys recover.
Jordan Love's no longer the star of this team. Micah Parsons.
Jones on the fake. Pressure coming and he's sacked by Parsons.
Let me tune in so I can hear how Jim spins this as a bad thing. Unless you think expectations are bad, there's nothing bad about this.
I do have one complaint.
Okay, one complaint.
I was hoping to see Jim cry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Josh DiMaggio, here's Molly Brown.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly Brown here alongside Primetime Wollersheim with Josh DiMaggio. We are presented by Coors Light. And Josh, I don't know if you know this, so Ryan, you're going to definitely have to fill in here. But if the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
You'll learn for hour two.
In honor of Micah Parsons.
There you go.
I did know that. You guys might not believe it, but I watch this show a fair amount on my afternoons when I'm at home walking the dog.
Oh.
I'm aware of that. I'm afraid of the delay here. I didn't want to screw it up. You guys got a good thing going, the music. So I just let Wollersheim take it there.
Appreciate you. Thanks for joining the show. Josh DiMaggio is in for Jim Rutledge. Good news. We actually have Matt Hamilton back on Tuesday, so that's exciting. We'll have our full show back then. That's very exciting. Matt is back from Scotland, Norway. I don't even know where the heck he's all been, but he'll be back on Tuesday. So that's exciting. But what's even more exciting, sorry, Matt, Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. Josh, I know that you have done about 15 hours of radio today. Thank you for joining our show. We are only on until 5:30 today as we lead into Wisconsin volleyball. But my goodness, I did not sleep last night. I'm not kidding when I say that. I legitimately stayed up probably until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I did not fall asleep in a good capacity at all last night. Part of that was because of my 9-month-old twins, but the other part was because Micah Parsons is a freaking Green Bay Packer. Josh, give me all of your thoughts. How are you feeling?
I'm ecstatic. I've been riding a high now for the better part of 24 hours. I believe it's the 25th hour now since Micah Parsons has become a Green Bay Packer. And the amount of emotions and sort of elation and joy I've felt since then has just not stopped. I do Jen, Gabe, and Chewy 7 to 9 in ESPN at ESPN Milwaukee, and I got here at 5 in the morning. I was just fired up. I popped right out of bed. I also struggled to sleep, but struggling to sleep and going to sleep late for me is like 9:30, 9:45, and it's just trying to wrap your mind around how every perception I've had of Brian Gutekunst, the Green Bay Packers organization as a whole, was flipped on its head with one move, sending 2 first-round picks, Kenny Clark for Micah Parsons, one of, if not the best defensive player in all of the NFL, a generational talent, a guy who's currently en route, making a path towards being a Hall of Famer. At 26 years old and still on the rookie contract, looking to get a 5th-year extension, these guys don't become available. Micah Parsons is only matched by Reggie White in terms of in the first 4 seasons in the NFL having 12 sacks. That is incredible company to be amongst. He's the league leader in pressure rate, in pass rush win rate. He's one of those guys that absolutely turns your whole defense around. And just the marriage of all the things I've been pounding the table about, how the one missing piece seemingly all offseason for the past 2 seasons really has been the pass rush. Mm-hmm. You make one move, you send 2 first-round picks in Kenny Clark, and all of that goes away. And I've been talking and thinking, and everyone's been saying, I know Jim Rutledge has been on it, the expectations, now's the Super Bowl, you got to win a Super Bowl.
You can tell Rutledge that.
It's just, my expectations is multiple Super Bowls at this point. That's how much of a high I'm riding right now. I can't believe that the Green Bay Packers, Brian Gutekunst, and everyone pulled off what, let's be honest, they fleeced Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
2 first-round picks for
and
someone.
Kenny Clark!
I was talking myself into, 4 first-round picks I probably have a lot of debate about, but 2 of them is absolutely highway robbery.
No, it feels like nothing. And I know that sounds silly when it comes to 2 first-round picks, because that is a lot, but like, when it comes to getting Micah Parsons for all the things that you just said he is, that is nothing. And then to get rid of Kenny Clark, a guy who they probably weren't going to bring back at the end of this year anyways, who they probably realized that they overpaid him in his 3rd contract with the Green Bay Packers. You got rid of him to get Micah Parsons? I mean, Josh, I don't know how much you follow the Dallas Cowboys and just Micah Parsons as a general player, but I am not kidding. I watched them on Hard Knocks whenever that was. It was his rookie season because I remember they were in the Hall of Fame game, and and obviously like Hard Knocks are gonna follow the main guys, but like, so it was him playing in the Hall of Fame game, and he was so upset when they took him out after he played like the first drive, I believe, and like he's on the sidelines like, man, I want to go back in, like I want to go hit, like he was just juiced up, and I was like, from that moment on, I loved him. I was just like, wow, he's awesome. Hated the fact that he was a Dallas Cowboy, of course. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan. But he was somebody that I was legit like, I root for the Cowboys only because of him. Does that make sense? Like, he was that awesome of a player that I was interested, and every time that I saw him on the field, I'm like, I hope he does whatever he needs to do to make him look awesome.
He's one of those transcendent players that even though he's not on your favorite team, he's an absolute joy to watch.
Yes.
The way they play the sport, the way they attack, the aggressiveness, and just the playmaking. He is, right now, I believe he's the 2nd fastest player on the Green Bay Packers defense as their edge rusher. The only person faster is Bo Melton, who ran a 40 time .02 faster than him.
Wow.
It's the level of explosion and athleticism is amongst the best you're going to see in all of the NFL. And that's what, and here's one thing I'm going to admit to you. I do want to say I am grateful that the NFL shoves the Dallas Cowboys down our throats so much, because I've watched more Micah Parsons than probably any of the other elite defenders in the NFL who aren't in Super Bowls. Like, for the level of accomplishments the Dallas Cowboys have, I've seen them on TV more than seemingly every other team but the Packers, because they are always in the big spots. Micah's always making the big plays, and part of those big, when I was making the open this morning for Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I wanted to include some Micah Parsons highlights. There was a part 1 of his highlights of him getting sacks, pressuring, all that stuff. It was 17 minutes long.
Okay.
That's like an entire season of every Packer seemingly on the defense.
I was going to say, how long is Rashawn Gary's highlight reel for his entire career? That is what I'm curious about.
Pressure.
And not to get ahead of ourselves, it's probably about to triple, to be quite frank. I think Rashawn's he's probably the happiest one of what is going to, for on the defense. He's one of the happiest. Right. Imagine how much easier it's going to be for him rushing the passer.
Yeah, no, totally.
They're not going to be worried. We're not going to, no one's going to look at the Rashawn Gary side and say, oh, we need to make sure to send help that way. It's all going to be Micah Parsons' way. It's just the way this helps the defense at every level, helps the team at every level. It's really hard to wrap your mind. I'm so excited for the first game. That game against the Lions, that first sack of Jared Goff is going to just, I can't wait.
No, I'm so excited too. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbos Talking text line. That is your way into the show. How are you feeling about the Packers picking up Micah Parsons? Do you have any concerns? Do you have full excitement? I mean, I'm starting to get to, I guess, okay. So Jim yesterday, when I talked to him, and I briefly was on the show yesterday, just with us having Wisconsin College game day and all the things, right? I was on the show for just a little bit, and Jim was only able to join for about our first segment. He had an ice cream social to go to, but he was excited, right? Like as a Bears fan, he's a bummed Bears fan, now seeing what the Packers have brought in and how that's obviously going to negatively affect Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. But like, he had all positivity around it too, because it's like, if you're the Packers, you did the right thing. You made the right moves to get to where you need to be. But then he starts telling me about the expectations that he has for the Green Bay Packers. And obviously that is what all the fans are saying, is that now the expectation is a Super Bowl, is multiple Super Bowls, according to Josh DiMaggio. And I understand that pressure is a privilege, okay? I get that. But also, pressure makes me very nervous. And I am starting to get nervous. Like, it's not anything on Micah Parsons. It's solely this team, Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love. Like, that is what makes me nervous about this Micah Parsons stuff. I could not be more excited. I am delighted. I am elated. Like, I am all of the words to describe excitement, okay? I am all of those things. I am just getting nervous. But that is also the way that I am as a fan, where I try to guard my heart when it comes to my fandom and what my team is going to do. So it's hard for me to say I expect one Super Bowl out of this team. I expect 2 Super Bowls, whatever it is. An NFC Championship appearance, I could say, yes, now I fully expect that. I don't know if I expect that this year. Within the next 2 years, I do. But it's hard for me to say Super Bowl or bust, even though I know that there's a clip going around of me saying, is this a Super Bowl or bust kind of next few years? But I mean, should expectations about this be making me nervous? I don't know how to feel about this, Josh.
I think you're experiencing a very human reaction right now. What Brian Gutekunst did was pretty much the picture-perfect example of all the things we've been begging for him to do.
Right.
For a long time, it was the Packers need more superstars. They just don't have what it takes to put them over the top, to have those playmakers that you need when you're on a Super Bowl run. I don't blame you for feeling nerves already. I mean, hell, it's been 25 hours. It is a little bit early for me, but I'm not going to tell you how to be a fan. This is what makes being a fan great, though. We're allowed to be irrational. We're allowed to get fired up. We're allowed to get our hearts broken as well. And let me tell you, the Micah Parsons era in Green Bay is most certainly going to have a little bit of heartbreak in it. I hope there's more elation and joy and celebration and Super Bowl rings and all of that. But when you have the privilege of being a Green Bay Packers fan, also, it comes with a lot of expectations. It is funny that you run it through the let's say the lens of how Jim Rutledge has changed everything. So to give Jim credit, and when he joined the show, this is the type of move that I think Jim has been saying for a long time the Green Bay Packers need to do. Probably a move, if I were to have my druthers, that they would have done towards the end of Aaron Rodgers' career to sort of elevate an already good team to make them one of the elite teams, one of the top-end teams. Certainly, Aaron Rodgers had a resurgence in his career, and it felt like there was always something a little bit left on the table, be it the defense, be it the pass catchers. All in 1 year, in one offseason, Brian Gutekunst addressed the wide receiver position, which we've been pounding the table. They need a guy. They need a star. Ever since Devontae left, there's been a massive hole for a guy who can sort of take over the offense. And then in the same offseason, a few months later, he goes out and trades for one of the best defensive players in all of the NFL. One of the best defensive players, frankly, of the modern era. He's a franchise changer. He's the type of guy you build Super Bowl teams around. And the Packers had the ability to just give up 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark and add them to the team. This is the best part of being a fan, it almost feels like, and I said this 12 to noon with Alex Strofe, it feels like we're the chosen fan base. Who else has something happen like this? When was the last time a player this elite, this young, became available for this price? The trades I've seen mentioned have been for guys like Jamal Adams. They traded 2 first-round picks for him. The other one, Trey Lance, was 3 first-round picks for the right to take him and then send him away. The pairing of the cost for the draft pick and the level of talent is just something I'm not accustomed to, and I think is relatively unprecedented in terms of NFL history.
Is the only real comp outside of the NFL? Like, not to be too corny, but the trade that happened with Dallas earlier this year. Good Luka Doncic being traded from the Mavericks to the Lakers, which honestly might be like the basketball version of the, sort of like God's chosen team in the NBA. The Lakers are. Feels like the Green Bay Packers are in the NFL too, like you were saying, Josh. But that's the only other example you can even think of as close, right?
So is the opposite of what did you say that the Packers are that Strofe said? We're the chosen team?
Yes.
Are just Dallas fans like the not chosen fans?
They're the cursed team.
They
might be
the cursed city.
The curse.
My goodness. I mean, can you seriously imagine being a Dallas fan? Like if you are through and through a Dallas fan when it comes to the NBA and the NFL, how upset are you? I just can't even imagine. Unnamed in the 608 chimes in on the Carbos Talking text line 844-770-3776. He says, I think what gets lost in the Micah Parsons signing is that it still comes down to Jordan Love and his performance in year 3. I saw a statistic that the top 10 pass rushers in NFL history, the majority of them never went to a Super Bowl. Look at J.J. Watt, Bruce Smith, T.J. Watt, Julius Peppers, Jason Taylor. None of these elite pass rushers lead their teams to a Super Bowl victory. Neither did Micah.
Take that.
Also, Micah has had Dak Prescott, Mr. Mid, and also mid coaching for his entire career. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can cherry pick it however you want. Not every team is created the same. You can also argue about, well, do elite wide receivers, the top paid guys, get you to a Super Bowl? The floor and expectations have been raised. I'm sure if I did a little bit of research, we could go back and find guys who maybe not elite throughout their careers, but were performing elite when they were on a Super Bowl run. It's just a matter of, do you have the guys that are capable of it? And prior to this, I didn't think Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness were nearly capable enough of having a championship winning level defense. And Micah Parsons makes the Packers that. I mean, sure, Aaron Donald, probably the best defensive player in the past 20 years. Yeah. He won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. There's Chris Jones is one of the best defenders in all. Sure, he's not rushing the edge, and you can handpick. What would it matter, interior versus exterior? That stuff to me doesn't really matter. You need stars, and you need playmakers, and you need guys who are going to perform above expectation and sort of ascend everybody, lift all boats. That's the guy they got, and that's what the expectations are. And I'm leaning into it. I'm ready to have my heart broken. I want my heart broken because that means we got there and we were part of it and we were in the dance and we weren't screwing around with 7 seeds. And well, maybe we can upset the hottest team in the NFL and make a little run here. No, it's you need to be in NFC Championship games and you need to be winning them.
Keep your reactions coming on the Carbos Talking text line 844-770-3776. How are you feeling about the Micah Parsons trade? Are you concerned about anything? Are you just full excitement? Let us know on the Carbos Talking text line. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We're presented by Coors Light.
Jim Rutledge here. It's officially camping season, which means I'll be using my big blue Chevy Silverado from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb to tow my camper around the state. I'm sure you have a million things you love to do over the summer, and it's always easier and better if you have a new or new-to-you truck from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. What does that mean? It means it's a customized buying experience. If you're an expert and you know what you want, they're happy to let you take the lead. And if you have a ton of questions, Aaron, Tyler, and the whole team at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb will make sure they can answer them all. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
I'm not going to put him in the same categories as Charles and Reggie yet, but it has that chance. He is that kind of player.
Reaction continues next, right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
From early season showdowns to a run for the national title, hear every match this season on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Blocked by Bucky.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
For the first time, you can stream all of ESPN all in one place, and it has changed the game for me. All the best live sports, the most championship moments, studio shows, documentaries, and originals, too many to even name them all. Plus, all the great new features like watching 4 games at once with multi-view, your fantasy team updates live in-game. They thought of everything to make this the ultimate destination for fans. So you got to check it out. Sign up for the all-new ESPN app, like right now.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. Outdoers get more done.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going. Lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
You guys know that I've been loving my results from Carbon World Health, and you've heard Jim Rutledge talk about them and their location on the west side for quite a few years now. But you guys, there's so much more than a gym. Right now, they have their new med spa that they just opened in Sun Prairie in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center. I've gotten a couple hydrofacials done, and I'm loving my results. So if you're looking to get anything done in terms of like your health and wellness, head over there. They have literally everything you can imagine. laser treatments, injectables, body contouring, vitamin drips, and so much more. Head over to carbonwealthhealth.com to learn more and get started on your health and wellness journey. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, and we are presented by Coors Light. Molly Brown and Primetime Willersheim hanging out with you in the Everlight Solar Studios. Josh DiMaggio is in our Milwaukee studios, and he's taking over for Jim Rutledge today. We'll have Matt Hamilton and Jim back on Tuesday next week, so that's exciting. But we are continuing to get your reactions to the Micah Parsons trade coming to Green Bay. 844-770-3776. That is your way into the show. Troy in the 608, he says, I am still in shock that they actually pulled it off, but my grandson texted me last night. We actually met Troy and his grandson when they came to Liberty Station a couple weeks ago, but he said, Brett Favre was 27 when we got Reggie White, and then they won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers was 27 when they got Charles Woodson, and we won a Super Bowl. And now we've got Micah Parsons, and guess who is 27? Josh DiMaggio.
Number 10 in your programs, number 1 in your heart, Jordan Love.
Do you take any stock into those kind of things? I know last year I feel like it was Was it the 14-year gap between the last time that the Packers won a Super Bowl? Remember when that was all going around on Twitter?
No, I do not put stock into things like that. I think they are beautiful coincidences, and I would love for this to be the third of those coincidences to happen. I think what is the famous one? Well, you might be able to help me here. There's a shocking amount of connections between JFK and Lincoln. Isn't that
Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
Along those lines?
There is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Besides the very obvious one. But yeah.
That one, the big one, yes.
Was that
the big one,
yes.
They have some shared experiences, yeah.
No, I think we're okay to talk about those.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Those are well known at this point.
Felt wrong. Felt dirty. Sorry.
What happens
2 days later?
Goodness gracious. All right, I'm going to keep it moving here. What this does is, and what's exciting about it, is the fact that because of the moves Brian Gutekunst has made, we can do that daydreaming, and we can find connections and reasons why. I mean, people are doing it right now with the Brewers and the Bob Uecker connections and running it back to 82, all that stuff. There's all these connections being made here, and I'm happy people are doing them. If that's what you're into, I love it. It's really just we now have expectations that have elevated to a place where we probably haven't felt that for a while. We sort of changed how we think and feel about it's always in Green Bay, as they'll tell you. It's always Super Bowl or bust. Those are always the expectations. It's title town. But we all know just 48 hours ago, we didn't feel like we feel now today at this moment, now that Micah Parsons is here.
Totally. And I do want to throw out a Siding Unlimited poll question. Does this put more or less pressure on the rest of the Packers roster? Because I feel like in my mind, like I said before, pressure is a privilege. I fully understand that. And I think there's a case to be made for both, obviously. But the thing that makes me nervous is just the amount of pressure that this is going to put on Jordan Love and the rest of this very young roster. Is Jordan Love going to be able to live up to the expectations that we have now? And I get it, it's not his fault that, Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer and that there are all these expectations around him. And if anything, it's a compliment to him because we believe that he could get there. But, I mean, what do you think, Josh? Do you think that this is putting more pressure on the rest of the roster, or does it take some pressure off?
So I think on the football field and in the actual games, Micah Parsons just being there is going to take a lot of pressure off a lot of different guys. I think obviously the guys on the defense are going to experience probably an ability to play a little more freer, a little more chance for opportunity. What I do think it does do and raises the pressure on everyone, I think because now the Packers have been vaulted into that elite Super Bowl contender realm of, 5 or 6 teams, the teams we're all looking at as these are teams we think are serious Super Bowl contenders. There's a big list of people who you think are potentially Super Bowl eligible, but the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles, the Packers, and the Lions are now amongst that elite group. What I think is going to happen is there's going to be even more laser focus locally and nationally on everybody on the team. The Packers are going to be more talked about. They're going to be more focused on. They're going to be more studied. And any mistakes, I think, are going to be more glaringly talked about and sort of brought into the conversation in a way that I think is going to change it, is going to be different for some of these young guys. Obviously, they had the heights of beating the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. But in terms of being the main conversation and the main thing, it's going to be brand new for a lot of these guys or happened only for a very short time. The Packers are going to be put into every single primetime opportunity they're given. They're going to be in the playoffs, and there's going to be more people with their eyes on what's happening in Green Bay on a day-to-day basis.
Ryan, what do you feel? Do you feel like this is putting more pressure on the rest of the Packers roster, or does it take some off?
I think Josh said it perfectly just then, where obviously it takes a lot of pressure off of them on the field, but off the field, and the pressure of expectations only ramping up here. And Josh actually brings up a great point where it's like, how many other guys on the team have felt this before? I mean, Jordan Love felt it as a backup for Aaron Rodgers, but like, how much do you feel that pressure when you're not really playing in games? Honestly, the only other guy that might have was Kenny Clark, who's the one player who they gave up in this trade. Like he was one of the more core veterans of the team. I mean, he was one of the only guys who's going to be 30 years old by this season, too.
Right.
So, I mean, you got to imagine it's like Josh Jacobs, Xavier McKinney, like really the guys who like Goody's gone out and gotten the last couple of years should be the core identity culture of this team, who's going to keep them like resolute throughout the pressure and the playoffs. But it's going to be that's probably the biggest question mark. That might be the only thing that could really hold them back, because on the field wise, I think pressure is taken so off the rest of the team.
Molly, I want to get your answer to this question as well before after this, but I'm wondering, do we think if this trade becomes a possibility last season for the Green Bay Packers, do you think they do it? Do you think that there's been, like, Goody saw enough growth amongst the young guys and the quarterback and all the members of the team to feel more secure making a big splash move like this? Because there's part of me where it feels like this is sort of the perfect aligning of the elevators, as Tausch always talks about, all rising sort of at the same time. I wonder if a younger team, a less experienced team, if it would be as received as well, and if it would have made sense at that time to make Micah Parsons a Green Bay Packer.
Are you saying like last year heading into last season, like in the same time frame that we are right now?
Yes.
No, I don't think they would have done it. I don't know, because they were coming off of 8-9 really hot games for Jordan Love. They made it further into the playoffs than they were even anticipating. Like, I mean, I know me a couple years ago, I was saying the Packers are going to be in a complete rebuild. Like, I think a lot of us had that same feeling. And seeing the way that the Packers finish off their first season with Jordan Love at the helm, like, no, they wouldn't have changed anything. Because then that was when they because Jeff Hafley was hired before last season. So no, I think that the stars are literally aligning for this to happen at this exact right time, and it worked perfectly for the Green Bay Packers. Like, this is the perfect time. I don't think they would have done it otherwise.
Yeah, it seems like the perfect roster construction. And the funny part is the Packers got rid of Kenny Clark. They're the youngest team that got rid of Kenny Clark and added a 26-year-old and got even younger, but somehow got exceptionally better in the same time. It's one of those that really makes you think, like, I don't think the youngest team has ever won the Super Bowl, but I think the Packers have a damn good chance to do it this time around.
No, absolutely. And I do, as we get further into the show and as we talk to Jason Wilde next, I do want to get into more of the kind of veteran leadership that he's going to bring. Because like you said, yes, he may be nearly 4 years younger than Kenny Clark, but I think there is something to be said about the production that he has on the field and how that can inspire the players around him. I want to talk more about Micah Parsons as we get into that next with Jason Wilde. This is Jim at Molly, presented by Coors Light.
There's a new sheriff in Titletown.
They added the best defensive player in the NFC.
Micah Parsons is coming to Green Bay.
Jordan Love's no longer the star of this team. Micah Parsons.
Continue reacting with us next on 100.5 ESPN.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at Wish Fest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the Wish Fest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
Milwaukee baseball was born in the Emerald City, but any ties to the Pacific Northwest were cut loose decades ago. Pella has an interesting history as well. Born in Pella, Iowa, but their century-long history of crafting quality windows and doors there continues to this day. Designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Steinhoffel's biggest Labor Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide or use Steinhoffel's 60-month 0% financing and get $50 instant cash back for every $4.99 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on your entire order. And get amazing doorbusters like a Sealy mattress for only $1.99. Sofas starting at just $2.99. Shop Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
Micah Parsons, he should elevate everybody around him. So that amount of money, yes, staggering to one player, but how it affects everybody else, it makes it worth it.
Reaction continues next, right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Jason, quick
you
question.
You are one of one.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Thank you for helping me prove my point, Molly. Because my point, well, is this Matt Hamilton?
Okay. Molly said it best. I said fart in the bathtub. She said gross.
Do you have a question for Jason, or how is he supposed to respond to this?
He asked the questions to me. No bats.
By hanging up.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What's up with that?
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We're presented by Coors Light. Molly Brown and Josh Maggio hanging out with you today. Jason, we are excited to be joined by you. I'm sure we have plenty of questions. I'm sure you've been on plenty of different shows and TV hits and all the different things in the last 24 hours. How are you dealing with this Micah Parsons news?
Well, like Wooly, I've stopped shaking. But I'm good. I'm excited. We got Goody coming up here at 5:00. We've got Micah Parsons to follow. It was delayed. He had some travel troubles with that private jet they sent to pick him up. So I don't know if they were using the same one that Kenny flew down in, but that was Jerry, so I assume not. But yeah, looking forward to this. It's going to be interesting. It'll be. I love the fact, like I was teasing Wooly while we were waiting to come on. I can't imagine feeling that strongly about something unrelated to like Paula or the girls, that you're so excited that you're quivering, which I think is a better word for Wooly because it's a little less masculine than shaking. I just can't imagine it. But I love the fact that he was feeling that strongly, and that's what makes this job cool. Like I'm really lucky to be able to cover a team that people care that deeply about, that they get they pay a guy $210 million, and a guy that's making considerably less is almost as excited as the guy who got the $210 million.
How do you know I make less than that?
You're wearing another man's jersey right now.
It's awfully assumptive.
Wait, whose jersey are you wearing?
Take a guess.
Well, there's always already got a Micah Parsons jersey.
That would be really quick.
No, that would be very fast.
But I got the next closest thing, the next best thing.
We don't even know what number he's going to be wearing.
Well,
Rashawn Gary?
Definitely not Rashawn Gary. You got the second number right. It's a 2-digit number.
Add 40.
Yeah, there you go.
You're wearing your Reggie White jersey? Were you even born yet?
Definitely not. No, not even remotely.
What year did Reggie White come to the Packers?
93.
Okay, I wasn't born either.
6 years before I was born, yeah.
God, I hate you guys.
But I will say that goes to show, like, what you were saying about you can't understand somebody being this excited about a move like this. It's like, well, the last time there's something really comparable for the Green Bay Packers, like, I wasn't even alive. Like, this is going to be the one point in my Packers fandom in my life where I can say I was around when they traded for Micah Parsons. Like, that's what we're all hoping that we get to say in 5 years.
Key phrase there, right? Hoping, right? Like, I keep thinking about this. You know, I think the Reggie White thing, you know, we didn't have Twitter. It wasn't the shared experience that we have now. So it's a little bit different. But I would argue that because it was so shocking that, like, if you haven't seen the documentary that they did on him, like, and it gets into, you know, religion and all the other stuff at the end, but he was the big fish, right? Like, he was the biggest of the big fish. It was when free agency first began, and all these other teams. I mean, Carmen Policy, who was the president of the 49ers, was with the 49ers, and they were pursuing Reggie, and they thought they were going to get him. And instead he chose Green Bay, and you know, because God told him, and because the Packers offered the most money. But that, you know, I do think it's important to, because I've gotten a lot of this, and I wrote about it at channel3000.com too. Like, I do think it's important to keep in perspective, that Reggie did end up winning a Super Bowl. And so we'll see if Micah Parsons does that. But even if he does, which will put him in the same conversation, Reggie just transformed the organization and how it was viewed, right? Like, I remember talking to Antonio Freeman and guys from that team who they knew something was changing. Like, they had come to the Packers, and, you know, the Packers would have to bring a barber in because there wasn't a barber in Green Bay who was adept at cutting a black guy's hair. And Reggie White was that transformational figure that made more black players want to play here. That it ceased to be the place where if you were playing for another team and your coach was pissed at you, he said, "Hey man, get your act together. I'm going to ship you to Green Bay." It stopped being the NFL's Siberia. And so, you know, that is something that Micah Parsons cannot do, but he can do all the other stuff. And if he does, you are right, Wooly. You are going to talk about the day that they acquired him, the day that I was in Quick Trip looking for my mini tacos, as a life-changing moment because the Packers went out and after a 15 or 16 or 17-year drought, however long it takes, because remember, Reggie didn't win a Super Bowl his first year here. However long it takes, you're going to be talking about this day.
Jason, our Siding Unlimited poll question today is, does adding Micah Parsons put more or less pressure on the rest of the Packers roster? What do you think?
I think it puts less pressure on them. I mean, they all, viewed themselves as a Super Bowl contender, whether it was realistic or not, before this. But I think it puts a ton of pressure, A, on Micah Parsons, and B, on Matt LaFleur and Goody. Like Goody gave up. And I'm guilty of this too. We kind of poo-pooed the assets he gave up, right? Because we're talking about first-round picks that would have been at the back end of the first round anyway if this goes the way they want it to. Mm-hmm. And Kenny Clark, who I love Kenny Clark. Not as much as Wes Hodkiewicz, who would talk MMA and wrestling with him all the time. But Kenny won our Tom Mulhern Stand-Up Guy Award twice during his time here. He's a remarkable human, and he will be missed in that locker room. Now, all that said, I think the Packers were going to move on from him after this year anyway. And Goody was probably regretting the contract he gave him. Goody just does not want to pay guys that are 30, and he did a great job of getting Kenny Clark out the door before his 30th birthday on October 4th. But yeah, it's, the pressure's on everybody. The expectations are certainly higher, but as Billie Jean King taught us, pressure is a privilege.
Hey, Jason, have you had an opportunity to look at the reported structure and the total guarantees and all that was reported recently?
I did. I saw that from Tom Pelissero. There's not a lot of fluff in there, I saw.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you have any big takeaways from that? It seems fairly straightforward and kind of as massive as we all expected this contract to be.
Yeah, I've known Andrew Brandt for a really long time. Obviously covered him. He can be a lot on Twitter sometimes, but man, did David Mulugeta put him in his place because he suggested that there was a lot of fluff in this contract. And look, the back end there is some, right? But the Packers, in fairness to Andrew, there's a lot of fluff in the back end of their contracts, right, to inflate the numbers so they look better. There's not a whole lot of inflated numbers here, based on what Tom Pelissero reported. So yeah, he got a hell of a lot of money, a pretty penny, billions of pretty pennies, I guess you could say. So I look, they paid premium, and quite frankly, they paid above premium, right? Like, what was T.J. Watt was the highest paid non-quarterback, right? Yep. And he was at 41.5 for an average. And this averages is like 47 in terms of the new money on the 4-year deal, added on to the existing year that he's got on his deal. That's outkicking your coverage in terms of cost. That's a lot.
Yeah, totally. Jason, I know we have to let you go, but I do have to ask you, what is your question for Micah Parsons?
I like it to be more organic, so I haven't decided yet.
I know you're stewing,
I do. I do because, again, everything in my life that makes me quiver and shake is excitement about what the girls accomplish. And so I love you, Wooly. I'm just giving you a hard time. But they hear me. I hate that. I hate that haiku so much.
Thank you.
As much as I love, because of what it represents too. Like Kathy Ireland was. Let's just say that she was a key part of my adolescence, and to hear her be so phony is just so brutal. Anyway, Mike, I always tell the girls that pressure is a privilege. I do think that that's a great quote because it means that you've worked hard enough to be put in a pressure situation, and now is your time to shine in it. And you get an opportunity to show everyone how good you are. And that's a great gift. I don't look at I try to make sure they understand, don't look at pressure as something to be afraid of. Look at it as something to embrace. Hey, look how hard I've worked to be put in this position. I'm going to go show everybody that I'm able to handle it. And sometimes you're going to fail and sometimes you're not. Micah Parsons doesn't need that pep talk from me, and nor does he want it. But I do kind of want to say, how are you going to handle this? Like, these are you're getting mentioned in the same phrase as Reggie White. So the pressure is real. Do you view it as a privilege, and how do you plan on living up to it? So that's kind of what I've been, what I was spitballing on my drive over here to Lambeau.
Thanks so much, Jason. I look forward to hearing what your actual question ends up being and what his answer is.
I appreciate the support of my sister wife. All right, guys, and make sure people know the backstory to that, because otherwise that's just going to sound weird. All right, guys, take care. Be good.
I don't think Molly knows.
Wait, sister wife? Is that what he's talking about, like the Big Mac thing?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Jason's
still here.
I have to explain it?
No, that's what I thought you were talking about, and then I was like, sister wife.
Yeah, because you would be like, if I already have one, right?
Oh.
And by the way, I can't be with someone who doesn't get the reference. You can't be with someone who doesn't eat Big Mac.
I know Cody from Sister Wives. I know that family from Flagstaff, Arizona. I know the whole thing. Coyote Pass.
Creepy. Yeah, very creepy.
Yeah,
we don't want any part of that. All right, guys. I gotta go. Bye.
He has to go talk to Brian Gutekunst.
We got to tell Jason to go back and watch Molly's face on the stream after he said that. The utter confusion that took over made me quite uncomfortable.
The amount, no, you know what makes me uncomfortable is the amount of jokes in the last week about me and Jason potentially being partners. Weird.
It's burger time.
Do you know this story, Josh, or no?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Okay, so just a little brief synopsis. Last week, Jim Rutledge and I were filling in on KBN on Friday, and we were out at Davidson Park for Rev and Rumble, okay? So then there was a couple part-timers there. They DoorDashed McDonald's to the remote.
Burger.
Kind of weird. I don't know who the hell DoorDashes McDonald's. Sounds disgusting to me. But they did that. One of them had never had a Big Mac before. So then we were talking to Jason, and we mentioned that they had never had a Big Mac before. And Jason says, well, I have never had a Big Mac before because he has the palate of my toddler. He doesn't like onions. He doesn't like lettuce. He doesn't like anything besides like what I take as the burger, cheese, and ketchup. Like that sounds like that is all that he enjoys. Okay. And I just said, wow, that's. I don't know how you do that. Like, I love flavor. And then Jim basically made some kind of joke of like, well, you guys would never be together because like you don't have a good palate or something like that. And now it's weird because Jim said that me and Jason would never be together, but there's multiple reasons me and Jason would never be together. And it's just a whole thing.
Should we run them down all next segment?
Yeah, we should just list everything. Here's every single reason why we wouldn't be together.
I've got some potentially breaking news here. I've also never had a Big Mac in my life.
What is wrong with you people?
What?
Ryan, God. Go ahead.
I've just never had the urge. Something about that middle piece of bread has I'll take down a quarter pounder. Now look at me. I've had a couple QPs in my day. All right.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm just not a Big Mac guy. I have no idea. I've never tried one. And at a certain point, it's just like, well, why have one now?
I literally had a Big Mac last night on my way home from the tailgate.
It's burger time.
I didn't eat since like noon yesterday because I was working at the tailgate the whole time. So I was like, you know what sounds good? A Big Mac. That sauce, everything. It's the sauce. That is what it is. That's it. I'm not saying it's
not the dressing.
I know, but it's so good.
You could make them at home.
I know. You can make a quarter pounder at home. All it is a quarter pound of meat.
No, you can't.
You can't find that meat. You can't find that meat anywhere else.
No.
Oh,
they got the special. It's a special
God.
way they make those with extra love.
I think we literally almost need to like make a poll. Have you had a Big Mac? Is that a bad poll question to put?
I think we asked that last week. We
Did we?
Well, we asked, is it crazy that Jason Wilde's never eaten
No.
a Big Mac?
But we need to ask the question. Have you had a Big Mac?
You?
Okay.
You in capitals, as Jason Wilde would say. Have you had a Big Mac? Because you are like the third person I've met in the last week that hasn't had a Big Mac. It's insane.
It's just never crossed my desk.
That's insane. I'll buy you a Big Mac next time I'm in Milwaukee. My God. Okay, this is Jim and Molly presented by Coors Light. And we got to hear from Jim as he tells us about Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton is Madison's custom jeweler. They are Madison's family-owned jewelers. Whether you go to the Madison or Middleton location, you're going to run into either Garrett, Devin, Ruth, or Scott Chalmers, and you're going to have an opportunity to work with one of their great custom jewelers. So if you're looking for a custom piece of jewelry and you want to make sure it's the best in the area, go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
So since I didn't go to college, can I just claim one, like Wisconsin?
We should campaign for schools in the state of Wisconsin to give Matt free stuff.
All the UW schools. Whoever gives Matt the most amount of free stuff is who Matt will pick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is true.
Who wants to give me an honorary degree?
Where would you take your honorary degree from?
Literally anywhere. Literally anywhere. Clown school.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Wisconsin Volleyball starting their 2025 campaign with a pair of top 25 matchups at the Kohl Center over the holiday weekend. Bucky facing 14th ranked Kansas for a 6 p.m. matchup tonight. Then Sunday, the Badgers square off with number 5 Texas at 1 p.m. Wisconsin coming in ranked 8th in the national polls and predicted to finish 3rd in the Big Ten. Join Jesse Nelson for all things pre- and post-game, and John Arias for all the in-game action. Catch every match here on 100.5 ESPN, your home for Wisconsin Badger volleyball.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
Micah Parsons, he should elevate everybody around him. So that amount of money, yes, staggering to one player, but how it affects everybody else, it makes it worth it.
Reaction continues next, right here on 100.5 ESPN.
For over 35 years, J&K has been Madison's trusted name in security. Whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, they're your one-stop shop for all things security. From cutting-edge intercom systems for your office to simply replacing that old lock on your front door, they've got you covered with a network of top-tier suppliers. They create customized solutions tailored just for you. At J&K, customer service is their top priority, and your peace of mind is always their passion. Visit them today at jksecurity.com and experience the J&K difference. Your home, your business, our priority. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly Brown hanging out with Ryan Wollersheim in the Everlight Solar Studios. Josh Maggio in Milwaukee, filling in for Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton today. Getting a check of the Cardinals Talking text line, 844-770-3776. That is your way into the show. A lot of Joshy love today. That's all I got to say, Josh. I don't know if you have access to the ESPN Madison Talking text line. Yeah. Yeah. Tyler in Sun Prairie says, really enjoying Josh as a sub today. Thank God we don't have Jim's negativity on this wonderful Friday before the long weekend. Miss you on the Madison airwaves, Josh.
Miss you too. I'm happy back.
Levi in Plover says, hey, Molly, Josh, and Ryan. It's Levi from Stevens Point. I think that the Packers will win a Super Bowl in the next 4 to 5 years as long as Micah Parsons stays healthy. Jordan Love works on his consistency, and if they don't win it all in that span, there will be lots of people getting on Goody more than Jerry Jones. Have a wonderful Labor Day. I mean, okay, I'm not trying to like old people shame by any means, but at some point, because I know somebody.
Careful.
No. But somebody called into like Wilde and Tausch and jokingly, but kind of seriously, said something about like elderly. I don't know, whatever. Just old people.
The Packers might get like not convicted, but they might get charged with elder abuse.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna say it just because I hate the word abuse, but like, yeah, okay. So, but like at some point, the rest of the people within the Cowboys organization, i.e. the other people in the Jones family, should speak up. And if they're not, I don't understand what is going on. Because, like, if you guys, I didn't watch all of Jerry Jones's press conference last night. I only saw a few clips. I saw his thing about, like, Dak. Well, Dak figured out how to get a deal done for $60 million. And then there was just, he kept on calling him Michael Parsons. Did you like my Jerry Jones? Okay, yeah. Yes, he kept calling him Michael Parsons when the guys played for you for the last how many years? Yeah, like, come on. But just the idea that, I think he has so much pride, and that is the reason he gave away Micah Parsons for what feels like peanuts.
Yeah, the reason people have made some off-color comments is just because of how unprecedented, how unrealistic, how unbelievable this all feels, that any NFL owner / GM would give away a player like Micah Parsons with the track record, the proven abilities to be a game changer. Why you would people are searching, and that's understandable, because what good reason do you have? I've heard all sorts of justifications. Jerry's a man of his word, and he thought he had a handshake deal, and he couldn't get past it. I mean, the guy's an egomaniac. He loves every microphone. And I don't know if you know this about extremely rich people and billionaires.
Tell me.
If they want to do something, they do it. And there's nobody who can stop them. They get what they want. They do what they want. They do it how often they want. They do it as much as they want. And I'm sure there were multiple people within the Cowboys organization. I'm sure his son had something to say about this and whether it was wise or not. But when someone gets something in their mind, like Jerry Jones, and he believes he's convicted in this, I mean, the guy had 2 days. They agreed to these terms 2 days ago, and then it was working on the Micah Parsons contract. They had 2 days to come up with good reasons to trade him, and the best they offered was, we want to stop the run. So they got a 29-year-old guy on the downside of his career who has 3 Pro Bowls, and I'm a giant Kenny Clark fan. I'm never going to begrudge him. I'm never going to root against him. But he's not the game changer that he is. And you could say, well, we could add some Pro Bowlers. We can add, but you had a Pro Bowler. He was right there. And it's easier to keep him. It's unprecedented that a guy with his track record becomes available and gets traded before the end of his rookie contract. I understand where the jokes are coming from and why people are doing it, because it's inexplicable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's absolutely crazy. 844-770-3776. That is your way into the show. Let us know how you're feeling about the Micah Parsons trade. Also, tell us if you've had a Big Mac. I've got a couple Big Mac stories coming in, too. We can get into those, maybe.
Big Mac stories?
Yeah, I don't know if it's... All right, I'll just tell you. Mark in Janesville says, I am 48 and never had Big Mac from McDonald's. Tony in Oregon says, not sure if you've seen this
Where else would you get them?
Well, I mean, never. I guess I didn't even think about it. I've never. Well, Jim said his wife has never had a Whopper from Burger King. So
burgers.
Okay, fair.
Tony in Oregon says, not sure if you've seen this Big Mac story. A man who enjoys daily burgers has 35,000 Big Macs since 1972. I actually think that was from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yes, he is a Wisconsin guy. Yes.
So
his
proud
whole
of
life
our
is around
state.
the Big Mac.
That's insane.
Doing it well.
Let's see. Tommy T in Madison said, ever had a bad Big Mac, like one that sat too long? I had one in 1993 and never eaten McDonald's since. Not a single fry. How do you not have a single fry from McDonald's since 1993? That's crazy. And JB from the V says, Jerry giving away Micah for peanuts is a freezing cold take. Molly, if you call 2 first-round picks of starting DT and almost $200 million peanuts, that's crazy. I do, because he's Micah Parsons. Because we literally were predicting on our show, and Josh, I'm sure you were doing the same thing on Jen Game and Chewy before this happened, when we were all like, this is a joke that we're even talking about this because it's not going to happen. We had an entire hypothetical show around what the Packers could get Micah Parsons for, and we were saying 3 or 4 first-round picks.
Yeah, we landed on 3 first-round picks and a player, and we're all like, yeah, that's a lot, but I feel fine. And relatively, this is peanuts. There's a lot of contracts, and there's a lot to figure out here with young players. A 26-year-old who's on a Hall of Fame trajectory, one doesn't become available, and they certainly don't get traded for 2 first-round picks that are going to be at the end of the first round, likely bottom 6 picks both years in that first round. It certainly has value, and I'm not dismissing the value of a first-round pick. Believe me, I'm a Packers fan. We hold those things tight. But comparatively, you would give up way more for a guy like Micah Parsons if you could make it work. That's just the matter of the fact. The contract is what the contract is. Russ Ball is a magician. The Packers are going to figure it out. They're going to have plenty of cap room. And guess what? I don't know if you guys have noticed this. The cap keeps going up every single year, and it's growing exponentially. It's grown a whole heap of a lot recently. I'm not concerned. Goody, Russ Ball, they'll have it figured out. It will not be a reason the Packers aren't achieving the highest goals.
Absolutely. We've got plenty more to get into. We've got Molly's game and pole dancing. We've got a short show today, so we got to get to that next. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports and Update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. And ladies and gentlemen, well, I finally stopped shaking after the Packers traded from edge rusher Micah Parsons from the Cowboys yesterday. Packers giving up 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark in the deal to acquire Parsons, a team often known for its conservative nature, and a GM also known for his conservative nature. Brian Gutekunst was speaking to the media for the first time since trading for Parsons just a few moments ago. Here's what he had to say.
A player like Micah, and he's very unique and very rare is it that they're available, right? So as this kind of came together, it was just one of those things where it was a unique opportunity for us, and it was going to cost, right? There was going to be some expense with it, but we just kind of thought it was the best thing for our football team.
Make sure to head over to ESPN.com to read more from Packers reporter Rob Domofsky breaking down the whole trade. And then stay tuned right here on 100.5 ESPN as we got Badgers volleyball, the season opener, coming up at 6 p.m. tip-off. 5:30 pregame starts right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me. I don't think so. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
There's interest across the league in Micah, but I don't think anybody feels right now like Dallas is going to realistically trade him.
If this happens to the Green Bay Packers, they are instantly the top of the list Super Bowl contender.
We joke about it, I feel like, every single year where it's like, oh yeah, the Packers were in the conversation to make this happen. Yeah, right, haha. But like, if this was a legitimate thing, you are proving to me that you are trying to win a championship.
But I guarantee Michael Parsons not going anywhere. Jerry's not that crazy. This is all what we call just negotiation stuff.
The league that never sleeps didn't sleep. Micah Parsons did get traded.
Goody got his guy.
Mahomes under pressure. Parsons knocked it out.
Micah Parsons is a Packer.
I just saw the news. Micah Parsons, a Green Bay Packer.
Stafford, more pressure. Parsons, sack, fumble, it's loose.
This is wild. I told everybody that I was gonna, you know what, in my pants if this happens, and I just might.
Crap.
This is crazy. Oh my God, Micah Parsons is a Packer.
There's a new sheriff in Titletown.
They added the best defensive player in the NFC.
Cousins, here comes Parsons. Parsons got him from behind, and the ball is out. And the Cowboys recover.
Jordan Love's no longer the star of this team. It's Micah Parsons.
Jones on the fake pressure coming, and he's sacked by Parsons.
Let me tune in so I can hear how Jim spins this as a bad thing. Unless you think expectations are bad, there's nothing bad about this.
I do have one complaint.
Okay, one complaint.
I was hoping to see Jim cry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Josh DiMaggio, here's Molly Brown.
It is hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. We're a little behind on the clock, so it's a little bit of hour number 2 in 12 minutes or so. And we've got a short show today. So Ryan Wollersheim is happy behind the glass, but that means that we need to dive right into Molly's game.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
All right, Joshy, so I know that you know how this works, but I'm going to throw some picks out at you guys, and then you guys give me your best pick, I guess, and then typically when the normal guys are... I got nervous trying to explain this new game.
You sound
Not
like you're
new
maybe on
game.
a sports center there, Molly.
I'm sweating. We're a little jumbled on this Friday, Volleyball Friday over here at
We got
ESPN
13
Madison.
minutes. Hurry up.
Okay, so first, guys, it's going to be all Micah Parsons centric, okay? Of course. So first up, will Micah Parsons be DPOY? Currently, he's at plus 550, leading the league.
So in the to help Wooly out here, typically teams who have the DPOY, they need to win 13 or more games. Those are typically the teams that win the MVPs, that win Offensive Player of the Year. I do not think he's going to win DPOY. I think the defense is good enough around him where he'll be highlighted, but not to a degree that sets him apart. I think the division is going to be a back and forth. I think 12 wins and a tiebreaker is probably where we're going to end up, maybe for both of the teams here. So I'm going to go no on DPOY.
Ryan is offended that you just mansplained him. The
really did just
DPOY.
mansplain how awards in the NFL work to me. Yeah, look at
I loved it.
Well, this is coming from somebody who typically bets the MVP, the DPOY, the Rookie of the Year. There's some facts you need to know before you go placing your money and losing your money.
It's a great point.
Good job.
Typically, teams who win the most have the most award winners on the team. So I will
There's
ask.
a threshold, you bozo.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Josh. How many?
Learn a thing or two.
Where is Aiden Hutchinson in those odds, Molly? Do you have that pulled up?
Let me see if I still have it pulled
because
up.
I think it'll end up being Aiden Hutchinson. I think the Lions will still probably end up winning the division. Probably still
First year back. Off that injury?
I think he's going to bounce back pretty quick. It seemed like towards the... I mean, I know they were talking a lot last year that it seemed like he could return towards the end of last season.
So Micah Parsons is at plus 550. Aiden Hutchinson is at plus 700. So he's in second.
I think it should be an easy 1-2 for one of those guys. And I think because the Lions, like Josh was saying, they'll probably have a slightly better record. And I think they have a pretty good chance to be the number 1 overall seed right behind the Eagles. And I think that Aiden Hutchinson's a better defensive player than anyone on the Eagles. So, yeah, I think it would be him instead of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons will win a DPOY with the Packers, just not next year.
All right, next one here, guys. What is your prediction for Week 4 of Packers versus the Cowboys? That could be a Micah Parsons. That could be just a general overall. What do you think?
Micah Parsons sets his single game record for amount of sacks and pressures. He changes the game single-handedly. Jerry is cut to no less than 55 times as he's watching from his box and shaking his head as the Packers rout the Dallas Cowboys and win by roughly 28 points.
He's the Taylor Swift of that game.
Isn't Jerry the Taylor Swift of every Cowboys game, though? I feel like they do cut
There's a lot of memes of Jerry Jones, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a... Go ahead, Josh.
Taylor Swift is benefiting from the precedent that Jerry Jones set. As one of the people they find all the time in the crowd, Jerry Jones is the pioneer of being shown in his box.
Very true. Ryan?
He pioneered a lot of things in the NFL, for sure. I will say that the Packers shut out the Cowboys in that game.
Ooh.
I don't think Dak, CD, I don't think those boys score a single point. But
All right.
I do hope that Kenny Clark, I'm going to also say that Kenny Clark gets 2 sacks. Revenge game against
Why?
Because the Packers moved on
Come
from him.
on.
How about
What's wrong with
TFLs?
you?
How about TFLs? Keep him off my quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big boy.
It'll be when Malik Willis is in the game and the Packers are up by 40.
Oh, okay.
So
Fair.
we're good.
Gotcha.
Okay, there you go. Sack prediction on the season for Micah Parsons. Actually, I'm going to give you a line over under 12.5 sacks for him.
Over. He's never had less than 12. I think the talent of the Green Bay Packers defense is going to boost what we've seen from Micah Parsons, and he's going to have his best career year at age 26 with the Green Bay Packers.
You got a number of sacks?
I think he's going to push the 17, 18, 19 mark there. Yeah.
Ryan?
I will go with 15 sacks for Micah Parsons. For the same reasons that I think Aiden Hutchinson will end up being DPOY, I think Hutchinson will lead the league in sacks, whereas Parsons will end up being top 3. But yeah, 15 is still obviously incredible. And I mean, that's... Shoot, 15 sacks. Josh, maybe you would be able to help with this. When was the last time a Packer had more than like 13 sacks in a season? Clay Matthews?
I think it would be Clay. I know Za'Darius had a really good season, and he was in the DPOY. I think he was around 15, 16. I'd have to look up the numbers, though.
Yeah, but even when he had 15, 16 sacks, he never felt that disruptive. Like, he felt like he was a really good interior
I don't know,
pass
man.
rusher.
There was a point there. He felt unstoppable.
He was good, but was he Micah?
No, of course not. No, it's Micah.
What are we talking about, Ryan?
Those 15 sacks are going to be the craziest sacks you'll have ever seen. They're going to be, every single one of them is going to run through like 3 guys. It's going to be awesome.
I'm so excited. I wish the season was starting this weekend. Hey, all you sports bettors, if you aren't making your wagers at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you're missing out on an elite experience. Honestly, it's a complete sports betting paradise. In a major move for all sports bettors out there, you can now use your Potawatomi rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. Bet on your favorite sports and earn rewards points along the way. Now that's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
The Packers have made their move, acquiring Micah Parsons from Dallas.
So does this automatically mean Super Bowl or bust for the Green Bay Packers?
No doubt. Yep.
Continue reacting with us right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
From early season showdowns to a run for the national title, hear every match this season on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Blocked by Bucky.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also brought to you by Love Madison and Smith Roofing.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
All right, everybody, we have to talk about the new ESPN app. The most live sports, the best championship moments, and so much more. Monday Night Football, college football, NBA, WNBA, NHL, NWSL, college hoops, volleyball, softball, gymnastics, lacrosse. The list goes on and on. Plus, shows like SportsCenter with SVP, First Take with Stephen A., College Game Day, and the entire 30 for 30 library, which you know I love. It's all of ESPN, all in one place. So sign up now.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot games. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot games. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Ryan, if the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
No pressure on you. We are up against the clock, so we've got to get into pole dancing.
We asked and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, and unfortunately, this has been a job that I've usually outsourced to young, talented Riley Elk, the Elkster, our DJ here at ESPN Madison, but he had to go call an important high school football game tonight with Wanakee, taking on Madison Memorial on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, coming up at 7 p.m. So, guys, I'll be the one reading the polls today and pole dancing. So, guys, let's go look through the polls. What did the other shows have to say this week? And, Josh, I'm interested in what your show had to say because on Monday, if I can pull it up here shortly, on Monday, you guys asked, what is the position group you have the most faith in on the Packers right now? The responses, 57% said safety, 19% said wide receiver, 24% said linebackers. Guys, I'm curious, does this change for you with Micah Parsons now in Green Bay? Molly, which position
It does.
group? Oh,
go ahead, Josh.
Josh, you go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I jumped the gun. There. It's 100%. It's 100% the edge rusher. I mean, Rashawn Gary as the Robin to Micah Parsons' Batman. How could you not feel like that's one of the elite pass rushing groups in all the NFL?
So is the question, which do I not feel?
Which do you feel most confident in heading into the season now that Micah Parsons is in Green Bay?
I mean, I think it's a pass rush, but I also think that there's something to be said that you feel a lot more confident in the cornerbacks now that you have this guy pressuring the quarterbacks now, right? So I do feel better about that. But, yeah, what a hell of a week. My God. First Badger game yesterday. Micah Parsons coming to the Green Bay Packers. UW Volleyball starts tonight. Holy Toledo. Thanks for joining us. Joshy, thanks for joining us for hour number 2035 of radio today for you.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be on with you, and I look forward to the next time we get to do a show together, Molly.
Have a great long weekend, everybody.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities,